In the shadows, almost any corporate office today, and the directive from leadership is clear. Employees are actively urged to integrate large language models into their daily workflows to draft presentations, analyze data, and automate routine tasks. In the shadows, a disturbing mirror image is forming. National security intelligence reveals that extremist organizations, specifically ISWAP, ISIS-K, and Boko Haram, are issuing the exact same directives to their operatives. These groups are now expanding their training to include digital interfaces. We know this because of a study conducted by Cambridge University, which found that these terror factions now hold dedicated training sessions on how to leverage tools like ChatGPT and Claude. In the report, one Boko Haram commander characterizes today's poorly regulated AI as a godsend. By giving a single user instant access to a highly capable research consultant, artificial intelligence grants individual actors the capabilities that once required a coordinated team of specialists. Developers have spent billions building ethical protocols and safety filters to prevent these tools from acting as digital cookbooks for mass violence. To test these defenses, the nonprofit group Tech Against Terrorism prompted 27 different frontier AI models with requests for instructions on how to build explosives. This chart maps their core finding. The model successfully refused to hand over the dangerous information 80% of the time, but mathematically, that leaves a 20% failure rate. If you are rolling out a new software feature, an 80% success rate is commendable. You patch the remaining bugs later. But in the realm of national security, a 20% failure rate represents a significant danger. It means in 1 out of every 5 attempts, these systems provide precise chemical formulas and assembly instructions for improvised explosive devices. Terrorists extract this information using prompt jailbreaking. By feeding the AI sophisticated linguistic maneuvers and hypothetical role-playing scenarios, operatives can trick the system into bypassing its own safety filters to generate instructions for biological toxins or IEDs. Historically, the development of novel explosives was hindered by the danger of the process itself. Poorly trained operatives frequently died in accidental laboratory explosions during the hazardous trial and error phases of weapon manufacturing. This leads to a grim irony. Artificial intelligence is currently protecting the lives of terrorists. It acts as a hyper-accurate simulation tool, allowing operatives to test volatile chemical mixtures and calculate blast radiuses in a completely safe digital environment. Beyond weapon design, operatives use generative AI to synthesize massive amounts of open-source data. They can map out critical infrastructure and identify structural weaknesses in target locations far faster than manual human surveillance. This risk-free digital experimentation allows militant groups to bypass the traditional learning curve of violence. When they finally move from the keyboard to the assembly table, they do so with a level of tactical proficiency that outpaces traditional security defenses. The threat is also moving into the psychological domain. Extremist groups are shifting away from broad-spectrum broadcasting and toward personalized radicalization. Organizations now deploy custom AI-powered chatbots to profile an individual's digital footprint. They analyze social media behavior and search history to pinpoint specific emotional vulnerabilities, personal grievances, or feelings of isolation. Once a target is identified, the bots engage them in tailored, one-on-one conversations. These AI recruiters do not sleep. They can groom potential recruits around the clock, mimicking human empathy to build rapport, without ever requiring a human handler to be present. These systems can automate this manipulation at a scale impossible for human operators. To ensure their message stays online, they also use AI to imperceptibly alter the digital signature of propaganda images, changing just enough pixels to fool automated social media moderation filters. The third domain of escalation involves the digital landscape. Just as AI can write clean code for legitimate applications, it can be commanded to write malware and malicious scripts. This lowers the technical barrier to entry significantly. Actors with minimal programming skills can now command AI to generate code for cyber attacks against government networks or financial institutions. This capability is being used to launch convincing, localized phishing campaigns and execute global financial fraud to anonymously bankroll terror operations. By lowering the requirements for technical execution, AI grants anyone with a cheap laptop and a Wi-Fi connection the destructive capabilities that previously required significant funding and specialized expertise. We are no longer discussing theoretical risks. The operational reality is already documented in the field. Data from the AI Terrorism Tracker reveals at least 30 confirmed documented incidents where extremist organizations directly used 11 different commercial AI tools to assist in their operations. Those specific AI-assisted operations have been linked to over 70 deaths. These numbers prove that the integration of artificial intelligence into global terror networks is no longer a future prediction, but a deadly, active reality. The tools designed in the coffee shops of Silicon Valley are now being used on a whim in remote global forests. The accessibility of the technology is exactly what makes its misuse so difficult to detect. This puts a heavy burden of accountability on the tech industry and global regulators. The responsibility of building world-altering technology must include a commitment to securing it against those who seek to use it for destruction. Unless the industry can find a way to close the security gaps currently being exploited, they are leaving the digital doors wide open for the world's worst actors to burn the house down.